I'm Orland Park Mayor Dan McLaughlin. The following program is brought to you by the Village of Orland Park.
Hi, I'm Rudy Chavez, and welcome to another edition of the Village of Orland Park's In Focus. I'm being joined by our newest In Focus team member, Sarah Callis. Sarah, it's good to see you.
Hi, Rudy. Thanks for having me. I'm really happy to join the team.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, I've been living in Orland Park now for 15 years, and I've been teaching 5th grade at Meadow Ridge. I just finished my 16th year. I love working in the village in Orland Park and teaching. My husband Mike and I have 2 kids. Allie's going into 7th grade at OJ, and Carson's going into 4th grade at High Point. We live in Old Orland. We attend almost every village event possible. We enjoy the swimming pool and the library, and we really love living here in Orland Park, so I'm happy to join the team.
And not to mention your stints in community theater.
Of course,
All
yes.
right. Well, today we're bringing our focus to the Openlands of Orland Park Garden Walk and Bazaar. We're going to visit a few of the gardens, interview some of the master gardeners, and then talk to some of the vendors as well. Hi, I'm being joined right now by Village Trustee Kathy Fenton. Kathy, it's so nice to see you again.
Hello and welcome to our garden walk.
Yes, it's a beautiful event you have going on here in the Village of Orland Park. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about the Openlands Garden Walk event.
Well, the Openlands Garden Walk event came from the Openlands Commission, and that was part of what Dan McLaughlin, our current mayor, started a long time ago to provide open space. One of the events that we decided to do as an Openlands Commission was to raise funds. And one of our original members of the commission was Shirley Fazio. So we've dedicated the garden walk in her name. And what we do is we go out and we try to encourage local residents in the village who have done their gardens, and they've done it independently, to display their gardens so everyone can go out and see what beautiful gardens we have in the Village of Orland Park. So that's how we started this, and what we do is we encourage people to come out, and for the tour you get a little light lunch at the end, and we have vendors that are doing our boutiques, and it's just a way to get everybody in the community to come out and look at the beautiful gardens that we do have in the community, and it also encourages open space and shows everyone what you can do with your open space.
Yes, I heard that many of the gardens are truly wonderful, and it's so nice to see so many people with talented green thumbs. Are there any other Orland Park events that you are associated with?
Yes, one of them, I'm famous for our farmers market, which this year has turned out to be absolutely fabulous. We've now expanded it to 52 vendors, and we've also started something else as a little experiment. We're doing 3 flash markets down at Crescent Park at the 143rd Street train station. And last Thursday was the first one, and we still have 2 more, one more in July and one more in August. And it's just a little something that starts about 4:30, runs to about 7:30, to give our commuters an opportunity to see what the farmers market's like. It's a lot smaller than what our typical one on Friday, which also provides a barbecue lunch, which is very successful. So it's just a little bit something different. We're experimenting to see what the people really want in town, and we just want to continue bringing in that small town feeling, and that's what we really want in Orland Park. Although it's a population of almost 60,000 people, we want it to feel like just when it was back when Senator Humphrey was here.
Well, I mean, I've been a part of the Village of Orland Park events for a few years now, and every event seems to just go off beautifully, and that really enriches the community for its residents, so we thank you for all your help there. Now, just on a personal note, do you garden yourself?
I have a garden. I definitely would not call myself a master gardener by anything. This year I was able to convince my children for Mother's Day to come out, and I needed their labor, and we did a lot of mulching and replanting. But when I go to these gardens and I just see what the people have done, I go home and think, why can't I do this? But it's just wonderful, and you do get a lot of ideas, and what they will encourage you to do is to go home and do it, because you really can do it yourself.
So do you have any secret tips to give anybody out there that might need just a little help with their garden?
Don't give up. That's one of the big things, and you just need to remember that color is one of your best friends in your gardens, and just be very, you have to be excited about it, and don't give up. Even if Mr. Weed just keeps coming back every day, you just go out there and pull them and water and just take care of it. And most people find it extremely relaxing, and it is because you're outside, you're with nature, and when you are done, it's absolutely a beautiful product.
So there's health benefits to working outside.
Yes,
and,
they say gardening is one of the best things to burn off calories.
wow. Well, I might have to get my green thumb on myself, but we do appreciate your time and all the work that you do. Is there anything else you want to say?
Just
before
want to
we
remind
leave?
everybody the Taste of Orland is coming up, and that's the last weekend of July, beginning of August, which is a huge 3-day event held out here at the Civic Center. And that is very, very popular amongst everyone in our community and other local communities around us. So it's just, we want to encourage everybody to come out, continue to support the farmers market, the Taste of Orland. We have our events that go on in the different parks, and all of our other little concerts that are up, and everything going out at the Sportsplex and all of our parks.
Yes, I heard good things about the concert in the park. I'm looking forward to going and attending one.
It's fabulous. You bring your chair, it's like a mini Ravinia. You bring your chair, your table, your blanket, your little cooler, and you can bring your beverages and just sit down, enjoy the company of your neighbors, friends, and listen to beautiful music out in the open.
Excellent. Well, again, thank you so much for your time, Trustee Fenton. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, we're here with Laura Lee Gallus from Orland Park, and we're on the garden walk, and we're here to admire her beautiful garden and get some information about how hard she works and what she does to enjoy this. Laura Lee, thank you so much for having us today.
Great.
Your garden is gorgeous.
Thank you.
And what would be your favorite part of your garden?
Well, when you walked in on the side part of the garden, I really like that because you kind of wind right in, and then you come into the clematis, and it opens up into the yard, and then you get a burst of color, and then you get to see the whole yard at one time. So that's probably my favorite, even though it's the side of the house.
The purple clematis is huge. How in the world did you get it to grow so large? What, you just have the green thumb?
I really just don't do anything to it. I don't even fertilize it. I just go with it.
Wow.
So
Wow, it is
it's
beautiful.
in a good spot probably. So.
Okay, it is beautiful. So how much time does a garden like this take for you to maintain?
During the week, it's about 2-3 hours a day, and on weekends, about 8 to 10, Saturday and Sunday.
And what do you enjoy so much about gardening? What keeps you going?
Just you see what you produce. So I'm working hard, but all of a sudden you've got all this beautiful stuff to look at, and that's it. It's the rewards.
And do you find time to sit out here and enjoy the fruits of your labor?
A little bit. You sit down and then you start going, oh, I got to pick this. I got to pick this. So, but yes, you try to. At nighttime, I like to sit on the glider and I glide back and forth, but that's when the fish come out, and then I enjoy the pond.
Okay, and your pond is beautiful, and it's so relaxing, the sound. I'm sure that's helpful
is.
at the end of the
Wonderful.
day
Very
to relax.
relaxing.
And you mentioned that you have a pond magazine that you own.
Yeah, about a little over a year ago, I bought Pond Trade magazine because I was looking for a job, and I'm an art director, design magazines. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy my own magazine, make my own path. So I bought it, so now I'm learning all about ponds, and it goes out to people that install ponds. So
Okay, so you're able to work out of your home
I'm able to work out of my home, yes.
and then do some work on your garden during the day
Exactly.
too.
I have my own
Wonderful.
time frame, yes.
And what other kind of flowers and plants are here in your garden?
I have a lot of perennials, so
Okay.
like you'll see there's stuff, not everything's blooming, so like right in here, if you came back in August, this would be a sea of gold. It'll be black-eyed Susan. So I like that, like this is going to pop in about a week. The plants over there are going to pop in about a week. So I like that it just kind of comes and goes. If you were here a week ago, the peonies were just gorgeous. So, and then you fill in with little annuals here and there, but it's mostly a perennial garden.
And how long have you lived in this home?
12 years.
12 years. So you've been maintaining this garden for about 12 years.
12 years, yes.
Okay. And are you fairly new to gardening, or is this something you've done your whole
This is my
life?
second home in Orland, so I had a smaller scale. But when I knew we were going to move here, I thought, okay, the whole back of the yard just screams plant right
Yeah.
here. So
And I can definitely see in your garden your the influence of your art. I see a lot of birdhouses. There's a really pretty bottle sculpture over here. Did you
Right.
make that, or is that something you purchased?
I bought it, but then I decided I wanted the blue bottles on there. So it's kind of funny because I told my book club that lives in the neighborhood, I need blue bottles. So they would leave them on the front stoop, and I look like a real wino because they'd leave me empty bottles on the front stoop. So I said, okay, guys, stop sending the bottles.
So you
over.
bought it, but then tweaked it to how you wanted it.
Exactly,
Uh-huh.
exactly. And then,
Gorgeous.
I've got like a little, there's a sewing machine back there that was in my family for years. I took it from my parents' house, and now I have it back there. Just, the little bird houses. And the Easter Island head's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's
Some very visually interesting pieces. And I'm very curious about this blue border that you have going on here. What's this?
2 years ago, I accidentally left a big, big blue pot out for the winter, and I came out in the spring and it cracked. So we hammered it and made a path out of it. So I mean, I think I like it better like this than I like the way the pot looks.
Yeah, the way the color catches the sun. It's really beautiful. Yeah. And does your family find time to sit out here and enjoy the garden with you?
It's mostly me out here. It's mostly me. But
Well, we're so lucky today that the people of Orland Park are able to come and visit your beautiful garden and look at everything that you've done so much work on. It's really beautiful.
Thank you very much.
So thank you for having us, and congratulations on all the hard work that you've done.
I just enjoy people coming out to look at it because if it gives me pleasure, I'm glad it gives other people pleasure too.
Yes, and you
So,
can be very proud of the work you've done, and thank you for letting us be here today.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Hello, I'm here with Elaine Haldeman on our garden walk. Elaine, thanks for having us today.
You're welcome.
Elaine, your garden is beautiful.
Thank you.
I do have to say that first and foremost. Tell me, how long have you lived here?
We've lived in Orland Park for 20 years.
Wow. And then how long did it take you to master this beautiful scenery that we have here?
Well, it's a work in progress. It changes all the time. We add to it every year. I get rid of more and more lawn and make more flower beds every year.
Well, it really looks great. Can you tell me what's your favorite flower you have here?
My favorite is this plant, Duranta. It's a tropical plant with purple flowers.
And how long does it take you to maintain this beautiful scenery?
I work on it all the time. I'm out here every day for at least an hour, some days more. In preparation for the garden walk, I've been out here many hours per day, but that's because I've condensed all of my work into a short period of time. Normally, I would be planting and weeding all summer long. Now I'll just be weeding and deadheading the rest of the summer.
Well, this garden is very expansive, and I've noticed that you have a little fairy garden back there. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
It started with buying one little house, and now we have 4. Buying little pieces of furniture and accessories to decorate, and it just keeps going. When I'm shopping and I see something, I have to buy it and have to add to it. My granddaughter and grandson love to play with it. They move the furniture around, they move the accessories around, they have a wonderful time with it.
So you have help with the outdoor decoration?
Oh, I do, yes. Sometimes so much help that I can't find where things have gone.
Well, the first thing I noticed when I walked back here was the lovely waterfall. It's just very, very tranquil. It kind of, puts you at ease. It's, I think, one of my favorite parts of this garden. How do you feel about it personally?
I love it. It helps to disguise the noises from the street behind us, 167th Street, and it just adds some gentle sounds to the backyard, which we all enjoy. My husband and I like to sit outside and listen to the water flow.
And you have a little pond area in there too. Does that have fish? Is it stocked with fish?
It has 8 goldfish, well, 7 goldfish and 1 shabunkin.
A shabunkin.
Yes.
Is that your favorite fish?
No, I can't say that. A parent can never pick one child over the rest.
I also noticed you have a nice little kids area in the back for your grandkids. You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh, we have 5 grandchildren. We have 4 boys and 1 girl. And right now, the girl and her little brother, Sophia and Victor, are staying with us while their parents rehab their new house. And so we have a sandbox in the back of the yard there, appropriately located so that they shake off the sand before they get into the door of the house.
That's wonderful. Now, where did you learn how to do all this gardening?
A lot of this came from my family. My father liked to garden, but also I am a master gardener with the University of Illinois Extension, and I learned a whole lot about gardening there with the Master Gardener classes.
Do you visit other gardens and help others with theirs, or do you just work on your own?
I work at the Farmers Market in Orland Park, disseminating information to people about how to garden, or with fruits, vegetables, flowers, trees, lawn. We give out all kinds of information, and we visit other gardens and learn things all the time.
Well, that's great. So if you're ever near the farmer's market, I would definitely invite you to come and speak and get some information if you need help with your garden. Elaine, thank you so much for sharing this wonderful masterpiece with us. We really do appreciate the time you put into it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for coming.
This is Orland Park Mayor Dan McLaughlin. The village's farmers market opens for the season on Friday, June 6th at the Village Center, 14750 South Ravinia Avenue. Orland Park's market is open every Friday through October 3rd from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. with no market August 1st. Orland Park's market includes fresh fruits and vegetables, breads, crafts, spices, and specialty items, cheeses, and locally sourced flowers. And remember that barbecue lunches are available for purchase during the summer months. Call 708-403-PARK for details.
Hello, this is Captain Hook from Orland Park Theater Troupe, and you're watching Orland Park Television.
This is Orland Park Mayor Dan McLaughlin. We officially welcome summer to the village Memorial Day weekend with our annual Veterans Ceremony and with the opening of the Centennial Park Aquatic Center. We have a season full of special events planned, and we're looking forward to having everyone enjoy a great Orland Park summer. New this year is Pandemonium in the Park, planned for August 9th and 10th at Centennial Park. See the village's special events guide or visit the website at orlandpark.org for a full schedule. Be sure to add the village's events to your summer calendars.
Hi, we're here with Bob Sullivan, the retired Director of Community Development for Orland Park. Hi, Bob. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Sarah. Happy to be here.
Thank you. I want to ask you about the Openlands Commission. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a group that was appointed by the mayor and the village board, and it takes a look at land in the area that might be preserved rather than being developed. And what that does is it helps to reduce traffic and costs of services that are provided, and it enhances property values and gives people just a place to enjoy nature.
Great. Could you give me an example of some of the properties?
Sure. One of the bigger ones is the Stellwagen Farm. It's out on 108th Avenue, and there's another former farm, the Shumack Farm, on 139th and 110th Avenue. Then there's a large area, Evergreen View, which is kind of in the middle of town towards the east. And then there's a lot of other smaller pieces here and there that add up to probably almost 300 acres.
Wow. So what are the benefits to the community having these properties that are being preserved by the village? What are some of the benefits?
Well, there's a lot of benefits. You might start with stormwater management. Because these areas are left open green spaces, stormwater is absorbed on these places, so it helps to reduce flooding. And it preserves wildlife, it preserves vegetation, native vegetation. It has opportunities for trails to be put through there, so people can have recreation on their bikes or on foot. It also just provides a peaceful place for people to just go and kind of mellow out and just kind of enjoy the peace of these places. Yeah. And it just preserves our natural heritage that in many places they don't do any of that. So I know the mayor and the board here were very conscious of differentiating Orland Park from some other places by doing that.
Yeah, and in this growing suburb, we have so many retail venues and wonderful places, but it's so nice to have that open land to enjoy. I'm sure you do with your family as I do with mine. Do you have a favorite spot in Orland Park that you like to observe nature?
I guess Humphrey Woods, because I live near it and I walk through there all the time, so I really enjoy Humphrey Woods. It's it's a huge oak trees.
Yeah.
And it's just a very peaceful place. It's got a lot of topography.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Right, right.
But it's just a really nice spot. But
yeah.
And then the kids get to go down, like right near our house. They can go down to the creek and find frogs, and and kids need to experience that kind of thing growing up. And in Orland, thankfully they can.
Yeah, definitely. And your favorite thing about living in Orland Park?
I'll say the open spaces.
Yeah.
I really love the open spaces and the trails.
Definitely. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us this great information. It's nice to see you.
Thank you.
This is Orland Park Mayor Dan McLaughlin. The village's Centennial Park Aquatic Center is open each year from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Pool memberships may be purchased at Recreation Administration, 14650 South Ravinia Avenue, and the Recreation Department's program guide has all the information you need for swim lessons, exercise classes, pool parties, pavilion rentals, daily admission rates, and more. Call 708-403-PARK for details.
We're with the village's high school recreation committee.
Strike. Supportive students responding in kindness everywhere. We do community service projects around Orland Park.
And you're watching Orland Park Television.
This is Orland Park Mayor Dan McLaughlin. We officially welcome summer to the village Memorial Day weekend with our annual Veterans Ceremony and with the opening of the Centennial Park Aquatic Center. We have a season full of special events planned, and we're looking forward to having everyone enjoy a great Orland Park summer. New this year is Pandemonium in the Park, planned for August 9th and 10th at Centennial Park. See the village's special events guide or visit the website at orlandpark.org for a full schedule. Be sure to add the village's events to your summer calendars.
Hello, I'm at the bazaar now, and I'm being joined by Ginger Brashinger and Elaine Herbst from Eagle Fine Design in Concrete. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your wonderful wares with us. Can you tell us a little bit about the company?
Well, we started about 5 years ago, and we saw something in a garden magazine about making bird baths out of concrete using real leaves. We decided we wanted a bird bath in our yards like that. And then family saw that, and some friends, and they decided they wanted one too. We were both retired from teaching, so we decided, okay, we'll do this for a little business in the summer. And so that's how we got started. Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. I've seen your work, and it's truly beautiful. How long have you been doing this yourself?
Well, it's 5 years. We lost track of time. It's so wonderful. We lost track of time. But we have at least been doing it at farmers markets and garden shows and that for 5 years.
And have you been doing other artistic ventures before that?
Actually, Elaine, you're an artist.
I'm a retired art teacher.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
and tell us a little bit what goes into the process of making these bird baths.
Well, first of all, we have to grow the leaves in our gardens or get leaves from friends and family who've given us rhubarb leaves. We have sunflower leaves, squash, pumpkin, whatever is large enough and well veined enough that will pick up the impression from the concrete. And then we pick the leaves that we want to use. We make a sand form with wet sand, so we get the shape we want, like a bowl shape, and sometimes just flat. It doesn't require a form at all. Put the leaf over it on the back side. You have very thick veins. Mix our own cement by hand, and then we put that over, let it cure, take the leaf off, so it can only be used once, very unique, each piece is unique, and then we hand paint them, and then after that we seal them so they can be used outdoors. Many people use them indoors for decorative items as well, but they are sealed for outdoor use as well. It's about a 2-week process.
Okay, and then I've actually seen a few of the gardens on our walk, and I believe I might have seen a leaf or two down on the ground.
You might have. Yes, you might have.
How long typically will one of these bird bath stone impressions last?
Well, we can say definitely that they will last at least 5 years, because that's how long we've done this. But, I mean, it's concrete, so as long as it doesn't crack or break, you know, it's going to be there a long time. The finish, it depends on the leaf. You know, the texture of the leaf, how it takes the paint. But we do seal it with marine varnish, so it should hold up really well in the, you know, elements. And we guarantee them in that if somebody wants, you know, does wear it all, we will take it back, paint it, and reseal it for nothing.
That's wonderful. That's what I was going to ask. What next was, how do you choose the colors? And they're so vibrant, and like each one is almost a painting in its own right. How do you choose those colors to use?
Pretty much that's inspiration of the moment, but we have used actual flowers and of those leaves. For example, if you're using a hosta leaf, you can use the color of the hosta flower or the leaf itself. You can also just be inspired by your own decor at home. Somebody may say to us, well, I have a lot of browns in my living room, and we might say, well, we'll do a turquoise and brown for you, and you know, so it may be something that isn't really natural from nature, but appeals to a person who has some look that they're going for.
So you'll customize it to a certain individual's taste or current decor.
Although we do think God's choices are usually the best, so we try to mimic nature whenever we can. It's anything goes.
Well, it's truly beautiful, the work that you do. We really appreciate your time. If somebody wants to get a hold of you and order one for themselves, how can they do that?
Well, I'm in the 815 area code, so they can call Ginger Brashinger at 815-469-4240.
And I'm 708-957-1312.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, ladies. Many more years of continued success. Thanks for being here with us.
Rudy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us today on another edition of the Village of Orland Park in Focus. I'm Sarah Callis,
And I'm Rudy Chavez.
and we'll see you next time.